Have you ever experienced the exasperation of your phone dying right before the most pivotal call of your life? Or perhaps you narrowly missed the bus, watching it speed away in a cloud of exhaust and indifference despite your near miss. Frustration isn't merely an irksome house guest. It's akin to that visiting cousin who outstays their welcome, depletes your snack reserves, and then decides to take up permanent residence. We've all found ourselves ensnared in this troublesome situation. But let's not merely slap on the "it's fine" band-aid. Instead, let's evict this vexation once and for all. Today, we'll delve into 7 unwavering Stoic practices designed not only to manage, but to forcibly expel frustration from your life. 1. Concentrate on your circle of control. Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems, stated Epictetus. First and foremost, let's discuss the concept of control, or more precisely, the illusion of it. You cannot control the traffic causing you to be late, or the capricious weather that sabotages your picnic. Nevertheless, you can govern your reaction to these circumstances, manage your emotions, and mold your mindset. This isn't akin to sprinkling some mystical fairy dust over your life. It's a shift in perspective. Consider the act of missing a bus, for instance. You have 2 choices. You could become livid and throw a tantrum, or you could utilize those additional minutes to take a deep breath, meditate, catch up on a podcast, or merely relish the sky. The bus has departed, and no amount of frustration can reverse its departure. In the contemporary fast-paced world, there's an incessant pressure to accomplish more, to be more, and to do more. We are incessantly bombarded with messages that equate our worth with our productivity. Nevertheless, life isn't an endless checklist. It's a sequence of moments, some planned and others unexpected, interweaving to form the tapestry of our experiences. Hence, the next time you become ensnared in a spiral of irritation due to something not going according to your plan, pause and question whether it falls within your sphere of control. If the answer is negative, then inhale deeply and release. However, if the response is affirmative, take action. There's no point in tearing your hair out over a missed bus when you could be devising an alternative means to reach your destination. Adhering to this initial Stoic principle can be emancipating. It's akin to finally expunging all those redundant applications from your phone. You perhaps didn't fathom the extent of space they occupied until they were removed. Unload the burden of the uncontrollable, and you'll discover ample room to enrich your life with elements of genuine importance. Imagine a world in which everyone adopted this single principle. No more road rage, no flaring tempers while queuing at the grocery store, no keyboard warriors embroiled in furious disputes over a tweet. Now that's a world worth aspiring to. So embark on this maiden step. Focus on your circle of control. 2. Gain a broader perspective. Picture those moments in movies where the camera gracefully zooms out, revealing a sweeping bird's-eye view of the entire scene. It's a common cinematic technique, and it's a concept we sometimes forget in our daily lives. Our personal world isn't the whole universe, even though it may feel that way. To gain this broader perspective, we need a view from above to ground ourselves and recognize that the issues we confront are minuscule in the grand scheme of things. Think about feeling frustrated because your Wi-Fi is down. Now, picture looking at that situation from outer space, where even sprawling metropolises appear as tiny dots on a globe. Suddenly, your Wi-Fi issue seems pretty insignificant, right? This shift in perspective is akin to slicing through frustration as easily as a hot knife through butter. It's not to say that your problems are trivial. What's important is that magnifying them in your mind grants them unnecessary power over you. You turn molehills into mountains and then wonder why you're struggling to climb them. Practicing the view from above doesn't mean evading your problems. You can't just ignore a flat tire or an impending deadline. However, you can adjust the lens through which you view these challenges. Consider their relative importance in the broader context of life, and suddenly they become more manageable. Why does this work? Because zooming out diminishes the perceived size of your problems while expanding your appreciation for what you already possess. If you have your health, a roof over your head, and people who care about you, aren't those more valuable than a momentary glitch in your plans? This Stoic practice isn't a mere mental exercise. It's about reorienting yourself toward what genuinely matters. When you focus on the big picture, the individual obstacles appear less distorted. So, the next time life throws a wrench into your plans, take a moment to zoom out. You might find that the obstacle you're facing isn't as insurmountable as it initially appeared, enabling you to confront it directly rather than feeling paralyzed by it. 3. Harness the power of the present moment. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future, wrote Seneca. Our lives often resemble a relentless race, a race to complete our education, secure a job, find love, and check all the imaginary boxes that society has defined as the prerequisites for our fulfillment. In this ceaseless sprint, it's all too easy to stumble over the present moment. However, the Stoics advocate for a pause, an emphasis on the now. In our modern, digitally distracted age, the practice of being present may seem more elusive than ever. Notifications inundate us, news feeds divert our attention, and worries about tomorrow frequently eclipse the joys of today. Frustration often arises from this perpetual tug-of-war between the past and the future. We're either frustrated because things aren't unfolding as swiftly as we'd prefer, or we're irked about something that transpired in the past. By grounding yourself in the present moment, you reclaim your time and prevent your energy from seeping into moments beyond your control, the unchangeable past or the unpredictable future. This isn't to suggest that planning isn't necessary or that learning from past mistakes lacks value. Instead, it underscores the importance of not letting these concerns consume your current moment. It's akin to borrowing trouble from a future that hasn't happened or hoarding regrets from a past that's already gone. So how can you become more present? Begin by disengaging from external distractions. Turn off non-urgent notifications, set aside time for doing nothing, practice mindfulness, or simply engage deeply with whatever you're doing. Don't merely eat, taste. Don't just listen, hear. Don't just touch, feel. Being in the present also serves as an antidote for frustration because it narrows your focus to what can be acted upon at this very moment. By concentrating on the now, you simplify and clarify your perspective, attaining a sense of peace. By embracing the power of the present, you reduce the time and space for frustration to linger. You can't control everything, but you can control your focus. When that focus is directed at the present moment, many of your frustrations may simply dissipate into the ether. 4. Assess and regulate your desires. Desire is a close relative of frustration. You desire a specific outcome, and when it doesn't materialize, frustration often follows. The Stoics offered a remedy called the dichotomy of desire. In Stoicism, desires are classified into two categories, natural and vain. Natural desires encompass essentials like food, shelter, and well-being, while vain desires comprise superficial wants, such as fame and excessive wealth. The key is to fulfill natural desires in a manner that contributes to your well-being, while treating vain desires with great caution. It's human nature to desire more money, more likes, more possessions. But have you ever noticed that chasing after these things often leaves you feeling drained rather than fulfilled? It's like running on a treadmill, always pursuing goals that remain just out of reach. That's the trap of vain desires. They're ceaseless and elusive. The Stoic solution isn't to eliminate all desire. That's neither practical nor beneficial. Instead, it's about managing your desires by evaluating their true importance before becoming frustrated when they remain unfulfilled. Question the worthiness of the desire in the first place, and you'll discover that adjusting your desires will naturally reduce your frustration. Consider whether fulfilling a desire will genuinely contribute to your well-being and personal growth, or if it's more about seeking social validation or short-term gratification. Understanding the dichotomy of desire is akin to a mental software update. It streamlines your goals, enhances your focus, and improves your overall performance. With less clutter in your goal setting, there is also less room for frustration to fester. So go ahead and evaluate your desires. After decluttering them, you'll find it much easier to navigate life with a sense of purpose rather than being driven by the volatile winds of vain wants. 5. Practice negative visualization. Negative visualization isn't about embracing pessimism. It's about preparing your mind for potential setbacks so you can navigate them with grace and resilience. It's like mentally walking through a day where everything goes wrong, so when those events do occur, you're ready. This exercise serves two crucial purposes. First, it inoculates you against the initial shock of unfortunate events. When the Wi-Fi crashes just before your important presentation, you don't panic. You adapt because you've already rehearsed it mentally. Second, negative visualization amplifies your gratitude for things going well. You start appreciating the small, everyday aspects because you understand that they're not guaranteed. The Stoic approach is not to dwell on the negative, but to visit it briefly enough to reduce its power over you. This practice helps you make peace with uncertainty and equips you to face life's curveballs with composure. While sipping your morning coffee, take a few moments to visualize potential setbacks and then release those thoughts. You'll find that when life does throw you those curveballs, you'll handle them with the poise of an experienced player rather than the panic of a novice. So here's a challenge. If you've come this far, stick around for the conclusion. The most transformative part is yet to come, and your perseverance will be well rewarded. 6. Embrace your fate, amor fati. The next Stoic principle, amor fati, which translates to love your fate, is more than mere acceptance of life's events. It's about embracing and loving them, recognizing that every experience is a hidden lesson. For instance, if you lose your job instead of dwelling in misery, view it as an opportunity for a career shift or a chance to learn a new skill. The end of a relationship, although painful, might signify that something better is in store for you. This doesn't mean you shouldn't feel sadness or disappointment. Those emotions are natural. The Stoic perspective is to acknowledge those feelings and then reframe your thinking. Ask yourself how this experience can enrich your life. Amor fati liberates you from the draining mindset of holding grudges and assigning blame. When your default response shifts from "why me" to "try me," you become more resilient. So the next time you encounter an obstacle, don't just endure it, embrace it and love your fate. It's not about ignoring life's challenges, but about dancing in the rain instead of waiting for the storm to pass. 7. Remember your mortality, memento mori. This practice might seem a bit somber, but bear with me. Memento mori translates to remember you will die. Its purpose is not to evoke darkness, but to encourage living authentically and passionately, focusing on what truly matters, for our time is finite. The awareness of death offers sharp clarity regarding life's trivialities and frustrations. Suddenly, the annoyances and setbacks appear petty in the face of life's impermanence. The Stoics argue that recalling our mortality helps us cut through life's distractions and concentrate on what genuinely counts. Knowing our time is limited adds urgency. It prompts action, change, growth, and resolution, all to be pursued today without postponement. This perspective prevents you from taking life for granted and reinforces the need to act and appreciate the present. Incorporate memento mori into your life without it becoming gloomy. Use it as a daily prompt when you feel frustrated or stuck. Ask yourself, in the grand scheme of my finite life, how much does this moment truly matter? Most of the time, you'll find that what troubles you is not worth sacrificing your peace of mind. The essence of memento mori isn't fear, it's inspiration and gratitude. It's a tool to distinguish what truly matters from the noise that often fills our lives. By reminding yourself of life's impermanence, you not only reduce frustration, but also enhance your existence. Your days become more meaningful, your actions more deliberate, and your time more cherished. It's the ultimate reality check, keeping you grounded while urging you to live fully. So, there you have it, 7 Stoic practices designed to confront frustration head-on. Implement them one at a time or mix and match as they resonate with you. The key is to start, as every journey begins with a single step. By applying these Stoic teachings, you don't just gain knowledge, you acquire wisdom, a precious commodity in our fast-paced world. If these insights resonated with you, if you felt a spark of understanding or inspiration, don't keep it to yourself. Challenge yourself to fully engage with this community. Hit that subscribe button, light up the notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up. Let's not merely pass through life, let's dive deep to uncover its many lessons and joys. Lastly, drop a comment below, sharing which practice struck a chord with you, or if you found your unique way to navigate life's twists. Remember, growth isn't a solitary journey, and your insights might be the beacon someone else is seeking. Until next time, embrace the Stoic within you and face life's challenges head-on.